Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we look for fun information about Mexico, about our state, about our city, about things to do, places to go, things to explore, opportunities to increase our bandwidth when it comes to enjoying Puerto Vallarta and Mexico as a community of English-speaking locals. We also take a look at your comments, your ideas, your questions, your suggestions, and we combine all this information and try to put it to good use. Today is Saturday, May 27, and as always, it's a pleasure to welcome you here at Coffee and Headlines. I already ran out of iced coffee. Maybe I'll make some more. It's warm out there. And Luna has sent me a memo saying, okay, Dad, I'm going back to sleeping and taking my siestas in the shower floor because it's cool. And I know that once Luna decides to do that, it is that time of the year. But what are we going to do? We always know that it comes back, so we might as well enjoy the warmer months here in the city. As always, if you have something important on your mind that you wish to share with everyone, please add a capital letter Q, and we'll be happy to showcase your comment and react to it. If you are new to the live broadcast experience, feel free to let us know by adding a capital letter, by adding the word new to your comment, and we'll be so very happy to give you a nice little welcome. Let us get started with the news that I have set up for you today. And today we begin with this news of Puerto Vallarta launching a digital campaign with the purpose of enticing locals to shop and eat at municipal markets. Municipal markets, we know, are the big secret of any major or minor Mexican city. I always make it a point to visit the markets of cities wherever I go when I'm traveling through Mexico. And of course, Puerto Vallarta has several to enjoy. But this time around, the announcement was made for the Mercado en 5 de Diciembre, also known as the Mercado del Mar or the Market of the Sea, due to the abundance of seafood. In the past few months, the city administration has been increasing the social media presence of the Quale and Emiliano Zapata markets, so it is nice to see these efforts being diversified to include other locations. Now, city officials announced that these efforts will be noticeable on Facebook and Instagram, although all three local sources that I referenced for this news note, all of them failed to include the actual Facebook or Instagram pages or addresses that one can look at for these promotional efforts. I did find a Facebook page for the Mercado 5 de Diciembre that was created back in 2020, but somehow I doubt that this is the new official page. So we'll stay tuned for the actual announcement of the pages so we can promote them and enjoy them. And speaking of promoting and enjoying, Volaris has announced new domestic flights connecting Puerto Vallarta with Culiacán in the state of Sinaloa and Mexicali in Baja California. Both flights will operate on Thursdays and Sundays, creating excellent opportunities for local travelers to explore these cities, and of course, for folks living in them, an easier opportunity to get to know Puerto Vallarta. Now, Volaris is already offering direct flights to other cities in the country, such as Mexico City, León, Toluca, Monterrey, Tijuana, and Querétaro. So, if you've ever wanted to go spend a few days in any of these cities, you can trust, hopefully, that Volaris will get you there without a hitch. And I say hopefully because I keep losing track of which of the local airlines are the ones that are going on strike or going broke or whatever. But this was the announcement from Volaris. I would not mind at all a flight to Toluca just to eat some chorizo or Mexican sausage. In other news, Hot Sale Mexico's online shopping promotional shindig begins on Monday, and the Federal Consumer Protection Agency has released a series of recommendations, hoping that the number of complaints received this year will diminish. Last year, the agency received 68 complaints from popular providers, including Walmart, Amazon, Liverpool, Electra, Office Depot, and Soriana. So even the big names are bound to make mistakes when they announce their promotions or be misleading. We don't know if it's one or the other, but Profeco did emphasize the importance of clear product information, or to look for clear product information, including warranty details and delivery and return procedures. In addition, Profeco advises that we engage in responsible consumption by creating a list of needs and a budget before we go out shopping, and to review offers, promotions, and compare prices using the tool available on the website listed in this article. And of course, last but not least, it really does help to look for the official Hot Sale and the official Profeco logo in whatever promotions we go out there and pursue. Now, let us take a quick look at the weather forecast just to see what's going on. Let me put this on my own screen. And today's snarky weather says, "Oh, Mr. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please burn all the meat bags off the face of the earth." Sounds like a good idea to me. It is 28 degrees right now. Humidity is at 57%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 82 at present time. Let's see. Our weather forecast tells us that it's going to be humid with clear skies throughout the day, with a high of 31 and a low of 20. And then tomorrow, Sunday, will be mostly clear skies in the morning with overcast skies in the afternoon, a high of 31 and a low of 21. And on Monday, we can expect humidity with mostly clear skies throughout the day, a high of 31 and a low of 22. Not bad. Moving right along, I have found some feel-good sights and sounds that seem rather appropriate for a day like today. And they involve little creatures. So let's start with the first one. That's lots of hummingbirds, if you ask me. And I wanted to show you this video. I found it on Facebook this morning. And all these hummingbirds can be found at a place that we can all enjoy. It's a short drive from Puerto Vallarta, and I want to tell you where it is, and I'm going to tell you where it is. This is actually from the Facebook page of Rancho Primavera, which is a beautiful bird sanctuary located in the outskirts of El Tuito in Cabo Corrientes. El Tuito, as we know, is a 1 hour drive from Puerto Vallarta. And Rancho Primavera is a bird sanctuary where you can sight almost 300 species of birds. They welcome day birders on a donation basis, or you can also stay with them. Now, I haven't been to Rancho Primavera in a long time, but it is a beautiful place. They have cabañas that you can rent. It is not walking distance from El Tuito. You need to use a car to get there, but it is a beautiful, beautiful place to visit for the day or to spend the night if you'd like. I'm going to leave you with their Facebook page in case you are intrigued. And check out this next photograph that I'm going to put on the screen. And I'm going to tell you, this is not from a new science fiction film. This is not a Photoshop tooled photograph, or it's not from a new Hobbit movie or anything. This actually happens in Mexico. The singing, and it involves singing, begins with a small flash of light around 8 p.m. in some part of the 4,000 hectares of Oyamel oak and pine forests that make up the ecosystem of the so-called Firefly Sanctuary, located in the municipality of Nanacamilpa in the state of Tlaxcala, not far from Mexico City. And 30 minutes later, after the singing has started, the forest is filled with lights as thousands of insects fly at a height of no more than 3 meters, seemingly synchronized for a moment. The locals claim that the forest sings with light, and they describe the phenomenon as light music. Where and how does this happen? Well, as I mentioned, this happens in the state of Tlaxcala, and it happens from July to August. And this is Firefly season in Tlaxcala. It's something that I've never seen live, but I certainly wouldn't mind it. And if you're wondering where this place is located, let me put it on the map for you so you can take a look. Here we are. There's our beautiful Puerto Vallarta. There's Guadalajara. There's Mexico City. And right here is Nanacamilpa, a small municipality where you will find a number of places to stay, a number of tour providers that can put you up close and personal with the fireflies. Although, curiously enough, I read they don't let you go in with your phone on because the light on your phone might disturb them. So I don't know how you go about taking photographs. Maybe you can use a camera, but without flash. And last but not least, before we continue with our chit-chat section, and if you're in the mood, we have 5 new classical album suggestions as part of the ongoing series published by the New York Times. One of the albums features a violin concerto by living composer Danny Elfman, an American film composer, singer, and songwriter that came to prominence as the singer-songwriter for the new wave band Oingo Boingo in the early 80s. He later on went on to write scores for films such as Beetlejuice, Dick Tracy, and Edward Scissorhands, and themes for TV shows such as The Flash, Desperate Desperate Housewives, and The Simpsons. That's Danny Elfman. So if you're curious about his concert music, all you have to do is check out this link that I'm going to leave with you from the New York Times. And now we can take a look at our chit-chat section. And at the end, I'll make an important announcement. Don't let me forget that. So let's see what's going on today. I see a lot of good mornings as always, which is great to read. Lots of comments, lots of happy Saturdays. Let's see what else we have. There's a Q. Thank you very much. Thanks for the crossword, but what was the answer for banana? I put in plátano and it kept making me wrong. Oh, weird. It's supposed to be plátano. Maybe I entered it with an accent and maybe you didn't, or maybe it was vice versa. I'm going to look at it, Mark, and I'll be happy to get back to you. And because I don't see any cues, I want to let you know that next week we are going to be announcing some important changes here at Coffee and Headlines. As you know, we have been community supported ever since we began, and that is not going to change. But given inflation, given the relationship between dollars and pesos, and given just the world we're living, we need to make some changes to Coffee and Headlines to continue to be able to provide what we provide on a regular basis. So we're making some changes, good changes, I hope. We're going to start adding some sponsorship opportunities, not advertisements, but sponsorship opportunities. And I think it is time to raise our membership prices as well. And maybe also the cost of coffees. Not coffees out in the real world, but coffees here at Coffee and Headlines. It is a complicated decision because I want to make sure that things are affordable and that things are good for people to take advantage of and to enjoy. But looking at the reality of life in Puerto Vallarta, looking at inflation, looking at my cost of living, it's getting challenging. So it is time to make some changes, and we can look forward to those on Monday. So keep your fingers crossed, keep yourselves informed, and I'll tell you everything that is going to happen on Monday. So I think this has been our broadcast for today. Liz confirms that it was the accents. Fun to do the puzzle. Interesting. Maybe I should make these puzzles without accenting the words just to make sure that we enjoy the puzzles, because I'm working with other puzzles as well. And of course, I might as well put it out there. I'm going to put together an ebook with Mexico-specific and Puerto Vallarta-specific crossword puzzles that you can purchase. You will be able to purchase through our Coffee and Headlines shop. Again, looking for other ways to increase revenue here. These will be puzzles that will hopefully allow you to learn more about Mexico, allow you to learn more Spanish, and we're looking at other interesting projects. Again, we will be mentioning this all on Monday. Last but not least, I have to react to something interesting that happened yesterday. Yesterday, I was trying a new tool that has to do with getting feedback, surveys, things like that. So I posted a question on Facebook and also on the YouTube channel that had to do with where do you find event information in Puerto Vallarta. And of course, I was not looking for praise. I'm very comfortable knowing what Coffee and Headlines offers. What I was looking for was confirmation of several things. Number one, Puerto Vallarta does not have a centralized place for all of us, locals and visitors, to look for a decent events calendar. Number two, the only option out there, and it is free, is Facebook events. But it is surprising to see how little Facebook events is used as a feature by local event creators, whether you are or we are a nonprofit, a restaurant, a musician, so forth and so on. So we are going to be looking at ways to empower small businesses, small event organizers to use Facebook events more frequently so that we can all benefit from this. This is something that concerns me at different levels. Number one, as an English-speaking local, I want to know where to go to find information. As a tourist, I like to explore ahead of time what's going on in cities that I'm going to visit so that I can make good decisions on how to spend my time. And last but not least, as the founder and host of Coffee and Headlines, it helps me a great deal to go and find events to share with you when they are published in one single place instead of having to look around at all these websites and so forth and so on. So this is all part of good and exciting announcements that we're going to be making next week. So back to the cheerful music. Sure, why not? Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. And one last look at last minute events, and last minute comments. Purim pam pim pam boom. I am happy to pay more as you are totally worth it. Thank you very much, Dan. It's challenging. Sell mugs and t-shirts. This has been brought up in the past and I've been reluctant. Maybe I need to look at this option. I think that's it. My puzzle answers had accents to turn it green for correct. Okay, thank you. I'm learning more. This is it. Yes, this is it for today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for relying on Coffee and Headlines for current and important and useful information. And thank you very much for supporting our efforts. It is very much appreciated and very much needed. Have a great weekend. Oh, where's my goodbye button? Here I am trying to look so slick. Are you ready? See you soon.